Hello, everyone. Welcome to this virtual presentation. Just a little bit about who I am. My name is Yolanda. I am a cloud instructor and a study group lead at WeFund Cloud. I am an AWS community builder and a certified AWS solutions architect professional. I talk about my cloud computing journey a lot. I am passionate about cloud computing and knowledge sharing. And that's why I'm here today to give this presentation on how you can bridge your organization's cloud IT skill gap by leveraging AWS services. On the agenda for today, we are going to be looking at what cloud computing is all about, the state of cloud-driven transformation, bridging the AWS cloud IT skill gap, and we are going to be concluding with some critical success factors as you move from traditional IT to cloud computing. But before I talk about cloud computing, I want to take a step behind. So everything that is happening in IT, everything that is happening in the information technology space, whether it's what the business analyst does, or what an application developer does, or what cloud computing does, or what machine learning or artificial intelligence does, everything that is happening in the IT space is geared towards achieving one and only one goal. And that goal, all of us are benefactors to that. What is that goal? That goal is to put an application, a software, a system, or however you may call it. The goal is to put an application into the hands of a user, and cloud computing is part of that puzzle. So for an application like Facebook to be functional and usable, there are different parts of IT that come into play in the background. Behind Facebook, we have database administrators. Behind Facebook, we have machine learning and artificial intelligence. Behind Facebook, we have cloud computing, and we have different parts of IT in the background. All I am saying is that for every single thing that is happening in the IT world, the intention is, let us put an application into the hands of the user, and that cloud computing is part of that puzzle. So, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT services over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. And this means that instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers, you can actually access IT resources over the internet, such as compute, storage, and databases from a cloud provider like Amazon Web Services. So while traditional IT requires users to run programs, systems, websites, applications on physical data centers or on personal computers that needs to be in close proximity to them, usually within the same building, cloud computing is the ability for you to consume technology services remotely. And this means that you can sit in your house or in your office and the servers are away from you, but you can consume these services. You can contact the cloud provider to be able to consume these services over the internet, which is a public network, as well as you can consume these services over a private network, and that would be a VPN connection. With regards to the use cases and who is actually using cloud computing, organizations of various types, sizes, and industry are using the cloud for a wide variety of use cases, such as data backups and archiving, disaster recovery, communication and social networking. An example would be emails. Infrastructure as a service. An example would be a virtual desktop. Software development and testing, big data analytics, customer-facing web applications. Healthcare services are actually using the cloud to develop more personalized treatments for their patients. Financial services companies are using the cloud to power real-time fraud detection and prevention. Video game makers are using the cloud to deliver games to millions of players around the world. AWS actually worked with about 22 ministries of education during the pandemic to adopt and scale online learning capabilities, which was necessary so that students could continue studying when the COVID-19 pandemic shut down schools. National governments are using the cloud to deliver critical services to their citizens. And again, AWS worked with several national governments during the pandemic to actually build and maintain the COVID-19 vaccine management systems that has been widely used for vaccine registration, scheduling, and general management. So with cloud computing, your business can become more agile, reduce cost, instantly scale, and you can deploy your applications to multiple physical locations. So what is agility? The cloud computing gives you access to a wide range of technologies so you can innovate faster and you can build nearly anything that you can imagine. You can equally quickly spin up resources as you need them from infrastructure services such as compute, storage, and databases. With cloud computing, you don't have to provision resources upfront to handle peak levels of business activity in future. Instead, you can actually provision the amount of resources that you need, but you can scale these resources up or down to grow and shrink capacity as your business needs change. This is possible because the cloud provider manages capacity in the background on your behalf, and the customer does not witness any capacity limitations. And this is what we call elasticity. Elasticity means that you don't have to over-provision resources, and you can't even over-provision resources because over-provisioning is a waste of money. It also means that you should not under-provision resources and experience performance issues for your customers. Cloud computing allows you to trade capital expenses for variable expenses, and you only pay for IT as you consume it. This is possible because variable expenses are much more lower than what you would have to pay for doing it yourself because of economies of scale. As earlier said, with cloud computing, you can actually expand to new geographic locations. You can place your applications closer to the customers, and this, of course, reduces latency, and it's going to improve the overall experience. This is possible because AWS has infrastructure all over the world. They actually have 84 availability zones, 26 regions and counting, and this makes it possible to actually deploy your applications globally. According to a Business Harvard review that was released at the end of 2020, while cloud computing has been available to the public for several years, the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the need for cloud adoption as more businesses transition to remote and hybrid work environments. Faced with the realities of remote work and the increased focus on digital commerce, businesses are actually facing new challenges to their security and IT infrastructures, not to mention their viability as a business. And in response, many of these businesses are rethinking strategies, and they are accelerating changes to the technology stacks to best confront the new future, which is primarily through the cloud. Companies seek to accelerate the pace of their digital transformations, both to innovate and to keep up with market competition. The cloud has become a necessity for survival. Accelerating adoption of cloud services and infrastructure has actually resulted in a skill gap for IT professionals who are properly trained and certified to work in these environments. There aren't enough IT professionals with the necessary skills with the right expertise to use the latest cloud environments. The demand for AWS skills is on the rise, and with this, recruitment becomes more and more of a challenge. According to the World Economic Forum, 84% of employers are actually set to rapidly digitalize their working processes, including a significant expansion of remote work. And this organization equally estimates that 50% of employees will need reskilling in the next 5 years. In Europe public sector, 70% of organizations say they are now accelerating their move to the cloud in order to deliver critical services to their citizens. But at the same time, 63% of these organizations say they do not have the right expertise, they don't have the right skills, and that this slows down the transformation process and the workforce transition. AWS customers and partners around the world equally say that there aren't enough qualified applicants to meet the growing demand for trained cloud computing talent. And because scarcity of highly experienced cloud professionals remains a major focus for many organizations. AWS sees this need as an opportunity to reinvent how cloud computing talent can be cultivated, trained, and retained. So what is AWS doing? AWS training and certification can help your organization bridge their cloud IT skill gap. AWS actually committed to help 29 million people around the world to grow their tech skills by offering free access to cloud computing training resources, courses, and labs. And they said they were going to achieve this by 2025. AWS provides numerous training opportunities as part of this commitment, and they do so through existing AWS designed programs, as well as they have developed new programs, new courses to meet a wide variety of schedules and learning objectives. The training ranges from free online self-paced courses to intensive upskilling programs, which may lead to new jobs in the technology industry. And each program is unique. Each program offers something completely different. One of such programs is the AWS Restart program. So this is a very powerful program, and they work with nonprofit and government organizations to offer full-time training courses to communities around the world. It is a 12-week program that helps the unemployed and underemployed individual to prepare him for careers in cloud computing, and they actually help to connect 90% of graduates to job interview opportunities. This program is focused on creating a diverse tech pipeline for our communities. They are intentional about recruiting learners from diverse and underrepresented groups. And in Europe, this program is available in Belgium, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Ireland, Switzerland, Italy, Netherlands, Spain, and the UK. One very important thing is that this program does not require any prior technology experience or knowledge. And so at the level of the skills that are covered during this program, we have two sets of skills. We have the technical skills and the behavior and mindset skills. For the technical skills, you are going to learn how cloud computing works, AWS cloud skills, how to use the different programming languages, build skills aligned with AWS certification, prepare for the AWS Cloud Practitioner Certification exam. For the behavior and mindset skills, you would learn how to communicate effectively, problem solving, teamwork, and time management. Another of such program, which is a bit different from the previous one, is the AWS Educate. So AWS Educate offers hours of free self-paced online training, labs, and courses specifically designed for students and for job training participants. Previously, self-guided learners who wanted to explore the AWS Management Console had to provide a credit card to start, and this created a barrier for many potential job computer-curious learners, such as minors, individuals without credit cards, and those who do not want to create an Amazon account. But the good news with AWS Educate is that learners can actually access the AWS Educate Lab to practice cloud skills on sandbox environments with nothing other than an email address. As a recruiter, you can access the AWS Educate platform, and you can actually create an account on this platform to access the profiles of hundreds of thousands of AWS Educate learners. You can post your jobs to the AWS Educate job board to find candidates with specific skills that you need. And if you have multiple jobs to post, or if you often create new jobs, you can opt into the job posting feature to have your jobs automatically posted to the AWS job board to find candidates with the skills that you need. For small and medium-sized enterprises, AWS launched a cloud lab in Haarlem, the Netherlands, which is located in the Cupola XS Innovation Center. And the Cupola XS Innovation Center supports digital innovation by providing resources and the support that small and medium-sized enterprises need to accelerate, to transform, and to expand their businesses. Throughout 2022, AWS will provide business and technical assistance to small and medium-sized enterprises in person in the Innovation Center, as well as virtually. Small and medium-sized enterprises will have the opportunity to meet with AWS professionals, such as account managers, business developers, and consultants. AWS Solutions Architects will equally work in sessions with small and medium-sized enterprises to provide guidance on how AWS services could be used for their specific use cases, workloads, and applications. You could also decide to leverage an AWS partner to jumpstart your cloud effort and enable your teams. This is a global community of partners made up of around 100,000 partners coming from across 150 countries. And as partners, they are uniquely positioned to help customers take full advantage of all that AWS has to offer to accelerate their cloud journey. You can also decide to transform your businesses from the inside. So let your existing IT professional staff leverage the power of AWS Cloud and lead your business transformation. Upskilling your existing staff on the latest cloud technologies could save cost and time compared with recruiting and training a new staff member. By training your internal team, you can actually benefit from having the cloud expert that you need without wasting or losing the time and the money that it takes to recruit and train a new hire on internal systems and processes. So it's not only about skilling, it's also about making sure that there is a certification behind it. Certified team members bring added value, which is above the cost of certifications. Certifications deliver return on investment. Certified team members have the ability to troubleshoot issues, complete projects more quickly with generally higher productivity. As of August last year, AWS had already reported 575,000 individuals with active AWS certifications and counting. So encourage members of your team to complete and maintain IT certifications. And just a recap for what we have seen today, we have seen what cloud computing is all about. We have looked at the difference between traditional IT and cloud computing. We have checked out the various use cases and who is actually using cloud computing. We have looked at the state of cloud-driven transformations. We have seen the cloud IT skill gap, and we have actually looked into what AWS has put in place to help you bridge your organization's cloud IT skill gap, with a special focus on the AWS Restart program, AWS Educate, AWS Partner Network. We have seen that AWS actually launched a cloud lab in Haarlem, the Netherlands, for small and medium-sized enterprises to support them in their digital transformations. We have also looked at the role of IT certifications. And in conclusion, we are going to talk about the critical success factors as you move from traditional IT to cloud computing, focusing on what you can pay attention to in terms of personnel and skilling. So a critical success factor as you take that decision to move from on-premise to cloud computing is to pay attention and to make sure that you have staff with the right skills to work in these cloud-based systems, because ultimate failure to adopt cloud with the right strategies will lead to failed digital transformation projects. New tools, workflows, and resulting data streams can slow organizations down as they try to accelerate. So training the workforce will enable organizations to accelerate, to grow, and to innovate. And for the references, you can check out these links. What is cloud computing? Advantages of cloud computing. AWS launches Cloud Lab at Cupola XS in Netherlands. The State of Cloud-Driven Transformation by Harvard Business School. You can check out the AWS Educate platform, and you can equally look at the AWS Restart. And this is not all. There are lots and lots of programs that AWS offers And so with that, I thank you for listening.